The Switch 2 is finally here, and I know there's been a bajillion different creators that have been talking about the Switch rumors and stuff up to this point. I just wanted to make a brief video going over my thoughts on what I seen on the official trailer showing what we are now knowing as the Switch 2. So as we go along, I'm just going to share some of the things I like, some of the things I might have concerns about, and maybe some things that they could have improved on. All right. So you see the little doodads flipping open, of course. Now there's going to be something, I'm going to pause it here in a moment and I'll share why. But I do like the animation of this. So I do, right there, I do like the kickstand. That improvement is way better than the little nub that sticks out. And, you know, I think this would be more beneficial for those that want to actually play it, you know, sitting on a table or something like that, and then using their controller or just, you know, using the Joy-Cons. So I do like that. And the angle is pretty good too. This is where I'm kind of like, okay, so he made the Joy-Cons bigger, but I'll show you something I wasn't really a fan of. All right. So, number one, the Joy-Cons are basically the same. And I don't know about you guys. This could just be me because I'm getting older and my body's a little more beat up than the average gamer. But my wrists aren't too happy about certain angles anymore. So the design of the Joy-Cons, if I were playing it handheld, I can only do it for like maybe an hour, and it's just kind of, it's uncomfortable. I'm not saying I couldn't push through it, but it's just a little uncomfortable on my wrist because the way you're just holding them straight like this. If it was slightly more tilted, so you had a little bit of an angle, it, you know, it would help. I don't know why they decided to go with this, but maybe they know something that I don't. So the other thing, which I'll show you guys, but you've seen the female port on the Joy-Con. That is what I don't like, and I'll explain why when we see the console. So the buttons for the most part are still the same. Maybe an improved joystick. This right here. All right, you see this? Right there. That little tab that's sticking out on the console, that I didn't like, and I'll explain why. So I thought at first glance when I seen this, I thought that would be problematic because the male side seems to be the most at risk to break, right? Outside of the female side, if you were to compare the two. So my initial thought was, why not put the male side on the part that could be fixed or replaced for a cheaper cost? Because if you break that male port right there on the console, now you're screwed. So that I didn't really like. I thought you could have put that on the Joy-Cons. Yes, you're probably going to potentially break it on the Joy-Con, and I'm not arguing that. I am just looking at it from the aspect of those that have children. Chances are, if you break that, now you got to buy a whole new console or a whole new screen, right? So I'm just looking at it from that aspect. Now I could be wrong. Maybe because it's inside a little bit, it'll lessen the chances of it getting broke because it's not sticking outside of the framework of the screen. It's, you know, more flush, if you will, but still something could get inside there, and you know how things are. But nonetheless, I just thought that at first glance, I didn't like that part of it. But again, maybe they know something I don't. So again, just pausing it here. It's the exact same thing. I don't need to pull my Switch out. You guys get it. It's the same thing as the Switch, except for it's apparently a little bit bigger. And I know the hardware is supposed to be improved, obviously. From what I've been told, I didn't really look into the specs yet, but supposedly it's now 4K. But we'll see how that goes once it's released. And I still will be getting this on day one. And my reasons for that is it gives me an excuse now to take my Switch upstairs, so that way my wife and I can play Mario Party upstairs, even though we do that now. But I won't have to go back and forth unplugging it, taking it upstairs, plugging it up to the TV. Then when I'm done with it, unplugging it, bringing it back downstairs. I can just leave it up there, and then I'll have the Switch 2 down here with me. But with that being said, let me know what your guys' thoughts were overall. Like I said, I thought they could have made it more ergonomically friendly on the handheld side instead of going with the same route as the original Joy-Cons, and then the USB functionalities I thought maybe, could have been better, I guess you could say, to minimize a potential full console cost if one of those male ends break. But outside of that, I mean, I'm still excited for it. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and then I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.